can't stop looking at it because I've never really thought about some of this stuff. Putting it into artwork was hard for me. You saw me, I stared at this paper for a while before I knew what to put. But once it started coming out, it just kind of poured out. And it got some of these things I've never talked about with anybody, but it was easy to draw, and then people can look at it without me really having to talk. And I'm happy to explain it to anybody, but yeah, the difference between where I've been and where I'm going, and trying to say that even where I'm going is still kind of unknown, and I still have some demons to face, but infinitely better than where I've been.
And then our social worker had made it mandatory, so it was more
I'm glad
that
she did too.
I'm glad she did, because now we can go back and we can bring them this, and we're going to be able to tell them, you're really going to want to go to that. Like, you're going to enjoy it. It's not some little fart therapy.
It's like how you said, we put our emotions onto paper, and it's something that you kind of dig deep and figure out about yourself. Things that you don't really necessarily tell people, but more along the lines that things you don't really tell yourself until you put it on paper, and then it's kind of brought to light. And that really inspired me to make this about myself.
Your meditation, I watched myself picking myself up out of the dark and telling Desi, you're okay, you're gonna be okay. And I saw light. And I bless.
Back because I feel like it helps me get through art, helps me get through just issues in my life, because I feel like I can be honest on paper. I feel like I can just express myself and illustrate my feelings however, comes off at that moment, and it's just really freeing to let something out on paper, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You just put yourself out on there, and I'm one of those that wear my heart on my sleeve, but it's kind of cool to really just put out stuff that you don't let out about yourself on paper, and has a personal meaning. So I definitely want to come back and have it.
Yeah, it's amazing how much the second one finishes what the first one didn't. I'll do a bunch more every chance I get.